Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of English with Munna. I'm your host, Munna, and I'm here with my good friend and co-host, Mahim. How are you today, Mahim?
I'm doing fantastic, Munna. I'm really excited about today's topic because it's something every English learner needs at some point.
You're right. Today we are talking about how to talk about your job. You know, when you meet someone new, the first thing they usually ask after your name is, "So what do you do?"
Exactly. And for many learners, that question is actually a bit scary. They know their job title, but they don't know how to explain their daily tasks naturally. They end up sounding like a robot reading a CV.
That was me. I used to just say, "I'm an engineer," then silence. It was so awkward.
Don't worry, Munna. By the end of this episode, our listeners will be able to talk about their work like a pro.
2. The big question. What do you do? Okay, Mahim, let's start with the basics. When someone asks, "What do you do?" what is the most natural way to answer?
Great question. Most people think they must use the verb to be. For example, I am a teacher or I am a manager. This is correct, but it's a bit short.
So what's better?
Try using the phrase I work in followed by your industry. For example, I work in IT or I work in sales. It sounds more conversational.
Ah, I see. So if I work at a bank, I could say I work in banking?
Exactly. It opens the door for more conversation. But what if I want to talk about the company? Then you use I work for. For example, I work for Google or I work for a small local startup.
I work for and I work in. Got it. That already sounds much more natural than just saying my title. Now, here is where I struggle. After I tell them my title, how do I explain what I actually do all day? I don't want to list 20 different things.
Please don't. No one wants a list. Here's tip number 1. Use the I help or I'm responsible for formula.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Instead of saying I am a customer service agent, you could say I work in customer service. I'm responsible for solving client problems and making sure they are happy with our product.
Oh, that sounds much more professional. I'm responsible for. What was the other one?
I help. This is great for teachers, doctors, or anyone in a service role. A teacher might say, I help young students improve their reading skills. It focuses on the result of your work, not just the task.
I like that. It makes the job sound more interesting. I noticed you used the ing form after responsible for. Is that a rule?
Good eye, Munna. Yes, after responsible for, we always use gerund. That's the verb with ing. Responsible for managing, responsible for writing, responsible for organizing.
Okay, let me try. I work in marketing. I'm responsible for creating social media ads. How was that?
Perfect. 10 out of 10.
Mahim, workplace English has so many strange phrases. I hear people say deal with or report to all the time. What do these mean?
Those are phrasal verbs, and they're the secret to sounding natural. Let's look at tip number 2. Master the workplace trio.
The workplace trio. Tell me more.
The first one is deal with. This means to handle a problem or a person. For example, in my job, I deal with a lot of difficult customers.
We all deal with a few of those.
What's the second one? The second is report to. This simply tells people who your boss is. Instead of saying, Mr. Smith is my boss, you say, I report to the head of marketing.
That sounds much more formal and clear. And the third?
The third is in charge of. This is similar to responsible for. If you're a manager, you might say, I'm in charge of a team of 5 people.
Deal with, report to, and in charge of. I'm writing these down. These are perfect for meetings.
You know what else is common in English-speaking offices, Munna? Everyone loves talking about how busy they are.
Oh, I know. Even if they're just scrolling on their phone, they say, I'm buried in work.
Exactly. Or they say, I have a lot on my plate.
On my plate? Like food?
Not exactly. It's an idiom. If you have a lot on your plate, it means you have a lot of work or many responsibilities at the moment.
So if my boss asks me to do extra work, I can say, sorry, I already have a lot on my plate.
You can, but maybe say it more politely to your boss. Maybe say, I'd love to help, but I currently have quite a lot on my plate with the new project. One more thing, Mahim. People often ask about my hours. How do I describe a typical 9 to 5 job or something different? This is tip number 3. Describe your shift. If you work a regular office job, you can say, I work a 9 to 5. But I have a friend who's a nurse. She doesn't work 9 to 5. Then she works shifts. She might work the day shift or the night shift. And if she works more than 40 hours, she's doing overtime.
I think every English learner knows the word overtime because we all want that extra money.
True, but be careful. Too much overtime leads to burnout, which is when you're too tired to work anymore.
This has been so helpful. Before we summarize, let's explain the big words we use today for our friends at home.
Great idea. Let's do a quick vocabulary check.
Responsible for, to have the duty of taking care of something.
Startup, a newly established business.
Deal with, to take action on something or handle a person.
To deal with technical issues.
Phrasal verb, a verb combined with an adverb or preposition, like report to.
On my plate, an idiom meaning to have many tasks or problems to handle.
Shift, the scheduled period of time a person works.
Okay, let's recap the main points from today. Don't just say your title. Use I work in general industry or I work for local company.
Use I'm responsible for or I help to explain your tasks.
Master phrasal verbs like deal with and report to sound more professional.
Use idioms like a lot on my plate to talk about your workload.
And most importantly, stay confident. Everyone has a different job, but everyone uses the same English to describe it.
Well said, Mahim. Friends, if you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. It really helps our channel.
And don't forget to subscribe to English with Munna for more episodes every week.
Tell us in the comments, what do you do? Use one of the phrases we taught today. I will read and reply to as many as I can.
We can't wait to hear from you. Happy learning!
See you in the next one. Bye-bye.